makes me want to have a bowl. So we drive on with the news, so we will. Emmanuel Curran, hello people, guards and all, love from Belfast. What's going on up there in Belfast, Emmanuel? Hope you're well. Right, so we drive on. So the next headline I have for you today, guys, is Tony Keogh. Tony Keogh gets a €200 fine for the 39 cannabis plants that he was found growing in his farm. Interesting, you know what I mean? If me or you were to be found growing 39 cannabis plants, would have you got a €200 fine? Like, I think not. So this is a very interesting case and how it unfolded. Initially, it started, I suppose, one of the more out of the ordinary things to happen first in this case was the evaluation of the cannabis plants. 39 cannabis plants should have been valued somewhere in the region of about €30,000. I don't know, just a number off the top of my head. €800 per plant, so somewhere in that region anyway, not far off from it. He successfully, or his legal team successfully argued that down to €7,200 in court. Effectively about, is it €200 per plant or something like that? Again, quite a small, quite a significant reduction in the valuation there. So that was the first thing out of the ordinary. And then the next thing out of the ordinary was just the decision at the end and how he was treated. You know, it was ridiculous. If that was me or you, we would have been put up into prison like that. That would have been it. Like, do you know what I mean? There you go. Here's your sentence. Look, you got caught with 39 plants. I don't care if it was an experiment. I don't care if you were growing it for medical reasons. You were not allowed to grow it, and you're just a peasant citizen. You're not one of the elites, so get on into jail. But Tony Keogh, Jesus, Tony, come on, like, you're the Spud family, like, come on, like, you're letting the side down. Look, we'll just give you the slap in the wrist there, and hopefully the media don't make too much of a fuss about it. But like that's exactly what's going on here. Like, he's got a slap in the wrist. This is one law for them and another for us. We would have been sent to prison for that, whereas Tony Keogh gets his £200 fine. Now, in saying that, look, he didn't just get a £200 fine. The judge actually imposed an 8-month sentence on him, but she deferred the sentence until October 4th next. So again, I'm not too versed in law and courts and stuff like that here in Ireland, but what I'm assuming is happening here is that if Tony stays in good standing here, that come October, this will all go away. Will he get a conviction? I don't know. Does he get a conviction for cultivation of cannabis? I'm not too sure. Or does that stand? Seeing as he's getting fined, I would imagine he has to get a conviction that goes to his name. But it's saying here that the sentence is deferred until October 4th. But like, surely if they would say, like, that should say a suspended sentence then that he got, but he didn't. He got it this deferred. And then they talk about an article fucking 100. Like, I've never heard of this article being referred to in the courts at all, of the section 100, of the Criminal Justice Act of 2006. I've never really heard this being referred to in any of the court. I'm doing this 420 News for over a year now, and I've never heard of section 100 being referred to in any other case that I've reported on here. Like, this is just like it's a serious corruption here, like in our courts, whatever they're doing. Like, so Article 100 allows for the deferring of the sentencing. But I don't know what that means. Like, does that mean that, look, if he gets on, like, and be's a good boy, as he most likely probably will be, because the cops aren't really going to be around him, does that mean he just doesn't get a conviction? I don't know, like, but it's one rule for them and another for us, like, and yeah, as Bhagwan's son is saying, cash is king. Unfortunately, if you don't got some. Yeah, there is, yeah, and I see Irish Empire Harvest there saying many factors: Tony's age and reputation, and his ability to afford the best solicitors. Again, you know, which represents the two-tier system that's in our courts. That if you're some scumbag who's from the north side of Cork, from a social welfare disadvantaged area, you can't afford a legal team, you're not going to get an equal opportunity in front of the law. Because, say, the legal representation that's afforded to you, sure, you get old Frankie Buttermore, and many people out there have benefited from Frankie Buttermore, but my experience of Frankie Buttermore has not been a good one anyway. Dude looking at his watch, like, and you're only in the room with him like 2 minutes, like tapping his watch and everything, saying, come on, like, do you know what I mean, you're wasting my time here, while you're unloading you know, the details of your case to him. So again, there is a serious fucking two-tier system, not just in our health system, but also in our justice system. But that's not new news really, is it, to any of you out there? I'm sure you're all more than well aware of that. But interesting, I suppose, as well, in some of the comments that came out of this, that the guards actually agree. The guards actually said that they would have no problem with Tony leaving the court without receiving any conviction. Like yeah, that's what it said. The Garda agreed with counsel that he has no difficulty with Keogh walking away from court without a conviction. That's hilarious, like. So let's say, for example, right, let's say Alicia Maher was back here in Cork, right, and let's say some sausage like myself took upon themselves to grow cannabis for Alicia and give it to her, and I got caught by the cops. Would I be afforded the same kind of respect from the courts that Tony got? Do you know? Like, what Tony said he was doing, it was an experiment. First it was about nutritional supplements or something, but now he's actually talking about, there was quotes here from the courts talking about medicine and medicinal products and stuff like that, like, which is completely different to food supplements. You know, a lot more money making medicine than there is in supplements. But it says the Garda agreed with counsel that Keogh indicated he was growing them essentially for medicinal purposes, and he wanted to see whether he could use them for medicine. He agreed this was simply a gardening experiment. Come on, like an experiment or not. Like, the guy broke the law, and he's not being treated like the rest of us. He's really not, like, yeah. And as I said, I would love to see the KEOGHs fucking be the farmers growing cannabis here in Ireland. I would have no objections to it at all. But what I do have objections to it is the two-tier system, the way in which they're being treated and the way in which we would be treated. It's a joke. And that was a photo there as well that's up on it, up on the page. I'll make it a little bit bigger just in case you can't see it. This was from the major protest there the other day, and someone got very creative with their sign making. There's great support for Tony out there, in fairness, like, from the cannabis community when this story broke. I haven't seen support like this for anybody else. Like, if I got caught growing 39 cannabis plants, like, would people be out there with signs saying I stand with Martin? Maybe because of Martin's World and all I've done over the last year, maybe I might get that support, but I wouldn't be optimistic on getting that support. But for anybody else out there, you know, if there's somebody up the country, let's say, and they were growing fucking 16 cannabis plants and it was for making oil, and those cases have been up in the court, like, where's those signs? And obviously it's Tony Keogh's Crisps, it's well known and all of that, like, so there's a bit of a gimmick there with it, like, and it's good. But at the same time, I would call on people, like, get behind the others in our community that are going down and being brought before the courts and treated unfairly by the courts too. I hope come the protest maybe in Cork and other ones as well, that we'll see more people coming out and stand up for their grower or stand up for their dealer, you know, and have a little sign like, I stand with whatever, like, you know. Who knows? Let's see what happens anyway. Adam Baird, what's going on, Adam? Did you attend a major smoke up in Phoenix Park, and were there guards there, and were they stopping people in season bud? If not, what's their justification for it? They weren't, Adam. There was loads of guards there. There was people smoking cannabis right in front of them. I was walking around with cannabis plants right in front of them. People were rolling up joints right in front of them, and they did not interfere with a single person there that day, that I'm aware of anyway. I seen a number of guards walking around having chats with people and everything, but nobody got stopped and searched. Nobody had their cannabis taken off them at the Phoenix Park protest. So yes, I was there. Right, we drive on to the next headline, but before we do, we'll get a little 420 civil disobedience protest going. A little bit late for 420, but sure, it's 420 summer all the time, isn't it? Gotta find me a lighter. So blaze them on up, guys, if you got them, or if you're already blazing. I hope you're enjoying it. Goodness me, I'm sweating like I would say a pig, but pigs actually don't sweat apparently. Pigs don't have sweat glands. There's one for you. John Finnegan, could this be used as a precedent for future cases, I wonder? No, John, not the outcome anyway. The valuation of the plants, yeah, that could be used as precedent, but not on the outcome of the case. Like, you couldn't be going in there and asking for an Article 100 or whatever it was called. What is it? Article 100 of the 2006, Section 100 of the Criminal Justice Act 2006. So yeah, I don't think we'd be able to ask for that. It makes me want to have a bowl.